Okay, we're here with Sarah, and Sarah just closed on her house. And Sarah, what can you tell us about your home search?
It was kind of long, but it took me several months, and what I appreciated with Joe, you were very patient with me and kept showing me houses and showing me houses. So, while it took a while, I think it was very productive, and I think I ended up with a house that I'll be really happy with.
And what can you say about the geography? Where did you want to buy a house? Where did you end up buying a house? Where did you think you wanted to buy a house? And like,
That's a good
how
point.
how did that change over the
It did
time?
change. It did change because we started looking out in Worthington and just didn't really find what I wanted in Worthington. And then my job situation changed, so I thought I was going to look around the Groveport area, and we looked at some houses down there. But finally decided the thing I needed to look for if I wanted to stay in Columbus was the kind of house I wanted more than just the area. So ended up in Dublin, and I think I'll like it there. I hope so.
So would you say to potential home buyers that they should focus on the kind of house they want?
I think it might be different for a younger family if they were worried about schools, which wasn't a big issue for me. Obviously, I don't have children, so that was an issue for me. But for me, yeah, in my situation, it was much more important to me to have the first floor master, the first floor laundry, some of those kind of issues than it was the exact location. So I guess it depends on what you want. I mean, I think you need to decide what it is you want before you start looking at it with help.
Well, and sometimes you don't really know until
You
you get
start
out and start
looking.
looking.
I think that was the way I was, especially on the price too, because I really had to kind of figure out what my money would buy and if that's what I wanted with that amount of money. So I guess I would say to people, I mean, I guess you need to know what your upper limit is, but you ought to kind of shop around. You might find something in a different price range too.
And yeah, it's I think it's important to know what that extra $10,000 or $15,000 will buy
Yes.
before you decide that you don't want that. Sometimes it won't buy anything,
Yeah.
but sometimes it will.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I think that we looked at enough houses. I know exactly. I feel like in that part of town, I know what 180 grand will buy, and it wasn't quite everything I wanted, so I upped mine a little bit to get what it was I wanted. So.
What other advice would you have for a would-be home buyer? This isn't your first time buying a house.
No.
You've bought a couple of houses in the past, and
Yeah.
is there anything that you would recommend anyone?
I think the best thing is to find a realtor that you can work with. I think that's the most helpful thing. I really do because, I mean, the last house I bought, the realtor I worked with was, well, someone described her as a piece of work, and I think I would agree with that. She was the hustle bustle, turn the water on, got great water pressure, and I don't like that kind of sales. I prefer somebody that's going to treat me like I've got a brain and answer my questions. So, if you want somebody to do that, that's fine, but to me it's much better to have someone that you can ask questions, go get the answers for you, and you can decide yourself. So.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed working with you, and congratulations on your house.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Joe.